The Upstate Golf Guys podcast is brought to you by GOLFWEEK Amateur Tour, New York to Upstate, a national tour for all golfers and skill sets in its 31st year. We represent the New York Upstate region, and to join, visit amateurgolftour.net and click Join Now for the best amateur golf tour in the country. David Calise, with his beautiful home for rent in Saratoga Springs. This mansion is located on Airbnb. What a way to enjoy Saratoga with family and or friends on a vacation to golf, go to the horse track, or relax in this beautiful home. For more information, go online to Airbnb/H/mansion in Saratoga Springs for information. Northeastern Insurance Agency for all your insurance needs. Voted #1 insurance agency in the Capital Region in 2024 by the Times Union. For any insurance needs, call Jared at 518-956-3753. The Bunker Indoor Golf, located in over 7 locations across the Capital Region and host of our GOLFWEEK Am Tour Winter League on Saturday mornings. From golfing on their state-of-the-art simulators or having a delicious meal with your friends or family, come on down and visit one of the Bunker locations. Visit them online, getinthebunker.golf. For more information of the Upstate Golf Guys podcast and their partners, visit upstategolfguys.com.
Welcome back to another episode of the Upstate Golf Guys podcast. This is episode 56, and we are just going to run one with a couple of the guys tonight. Florida Mike, what up, dog?
What up? How we doing, buddy?
We're just chilling, man. We're just chilling. Long day at work, just sucking down a cup of coffee just to re-energize my brain a little bit. And then we got one of the favorites of our listeners, Hollywood. What up, my guy?
What's going on, guys? How's everybody's evening?
We're all right. We're doing good. I know you have to get out of here in about a half hour because you have your weekly volleyball. Probably something I should get myself involved in, a little activities, because I am a lazy turd in the wintertime. I just sit around like a fat slob and I just, smoke weed and eat a lot of food. But it sounds fun, man. It sounds fun going over there. What you got a little community that you play volleyball with? Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, so it's the Socrates Athletic Association. This session, I also play in Kingston, but we play indoor at the high school, and this part of the winter session is co-ed. So we got the same team for a few years now.
Now let me ask you something.
Yeah.
What's your favorite position to play in volleyball? You like serving it, or do you like spiking the shit out of it? Like, what's your go-to?
I'm a spiker.
You are?
Yeah.
All right. You got ups? You got good ups?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? That surprises me because they say white men can't jump.
Well, they'd be wrong.
All right. So white men can play golf. I know that. No doubt about that. So, Florida Mike, I got to ask you, kid. You thawing out yet or what? Because I know you got a little bit of what us upstate New York guys get to play basically every fall, spring. What were you at in the 40s today? What was the temps down there in the floor? 35.
Yeah, got to a high of I think like 52 by the time I was done playing.
Oh. So I'll tell you what, up here in the upstate, we got these heated vests. They're really nice. I got a vest that I throw on, and it's got a little battery pack. Those things are dynamite. I've
never had one of those. I see people who do have those, and most of them are Northerners.
Why the fuck would you need one in Florida, bro?
Exactly. I wear sports thermals, and it gets me through just fine. And a couple hand warmers, camping hand warmers, and then bam.
Yep.
Have you tried the reusable hand warmers yet?
The rechargeable ones? No.
Brad DePietro has those. They're really nice. Hollywood. I have tried those. He loaned them to me.
I get the camping ones, the ones you shake.
Yep.
Yeah.
Old school, man.
The camping ones leave a residue on my hands, so that's why I like the rechargeable ones better.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to try them out for sure. I've heard good things about them.
Plus they're, I mean, reusable. You're not spending money. I mean, even though the ones you shake are pretty cheap, but if you could get them and you just recharge them, why the fuck not, right?
Exactly.
But so Mike, I got to ask you, did the cold weather affect your game at all today, or how'd you play out there? Were you tight? Like, does it? Because up here, when we have those cold mornings, it usually takes me 3-4 holes to really loosen up. Did it affect you at all? How'd you feel out there?
I felt good actually. So generally what I do is, especially getting close to tournament season, because I got one Saturday. I usually get to the course about an hour and a half early. I use my orange whip, which is like a heavy whippy thing to loosen up until the range is open. Then I hit balls for a little bit, and then I chip, and then I putt. So, I mean, by the time I was ready, I was good to go. And the secret to the cold, man, is you got to just club up and hit easy.
Yeah,
Club up, hit easy.
And the ball won't go as far. You know that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I have so I always keep 2 golf balls in my pocket, and I make sure I put two hand warmers in the same pocket.
There you go.
So my balls are warm,
Smart move. Smart.
Got to bring the clubs in the house every night too.
Oh, definitely, because you actually could break your club head pretty easily.
Yeah. So actually, funny you say that, because a good customer of mine, I forgot who it was down at the store. He goes, I was playing with my buddy. He goes, he left his clubs in the car all winter long. First drive, swings, club head just flying off. And what happens is the glue, brick, it's all brittle from sitting in the car all winter. And
oh yeah, the epoxy just cracks when it's cold.
It's not good for him, man. It's not good for him. Yo, I want to show you something, Florida Mike. Check out the new project that Hollywood and I are planning. He said it's going to be fairly cheap. So I have like a little cheesy just rug in studio here that we put on, and I'm on like a thicker rug, so it's not true. But I've been pricing out like putting greens, indoor putting greens, and some of them are like $300-400 for good ones,
Oh yeah.
So we got a little do-it-yourself action here.
Sure.
Hollywood, you said this could be fairly cheap to put together.
Yep.
What's you explained to me the process this morning. What are you thinking? What do I have to do at Home Depot? Tell me what I got to go pick up, buddy, to build this.
Looks like you got to pick up 3 2x4s or 2x6s, some of the rigid foam for underneath it, and then an outdoor carpet that will glue to the foam. And then I'll just screw the 2x4s or 2x6s together and put the insulation inside of it.
Yep.
So that way it's not on the carpet that's underneath it. It's just utilizing the outdoor carpet as the surface, so the balls will roll a little better.
Nice. You think this is something that we could whip up in a night? Seems pretty
Yes, absolutely
capable to do. All right, sleepover time. Hollywood's coming for another sleepover, and we're gonna build stuff.
It's gonna be a good night.
Look at that. That could be really fun, man. We could have a little game out of this. Little game night.
And see what you could do too is before you put the putting carpet or whatever, if someone like has a request, like say that they're struggling with left to right putts, you could throw some curved foam underneath there for a slope, and it'd be perfect.
Absolutely, man.
We could have interchangeable, because the rigid foam's $40 a sheet or something like that. You could have ones that we made for right to left, and then we could have ones made for left to right.
Let's do it.
And then
we could kind of do that for each side, maybe like have one side going right to left. Because you said maybe we'll put one hole on each side, even a couple. Why not put a couple holes on each side? Put 2 on each side.
Right.
Why not make the best of it, man? We're gonna set this. This studio is gonna be sick, man. It already is sick, but I'll tell you what, man. This is gonna be a playground. This is gonna be a playground for me.
I actually made a 10-foot by 20-foot putting green in my backyard.
Did you?
Real grass, or is it artificial?
It was turf. I did.
You pour a concrete slab and then just build on top of the slab.
No, actually, what I did is I took it's like 3/4 sand, 1/4 gravel, like like real fine gravel.
Yeah.
I got 2 yards of it. Dumped it in the after I cleared out the area, cleaned out all the grass and all that stuff. We dumped it down, and then I kind of figured where I wanted the holes and what I wanted to do. So we took plate compactors and I compacted the gravel. So I made slopes and stuff like that. It was going east to west. So when you go west to east, it was uphill. East to west was downhill. But then it had slopes left and right and all that in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty nice, man. It was pretty cheap for doing it yourself. The most was I couldn't buy a 10-foot by 20-foot putting green, so I had to buy 4 5x10s. And then I just got.
Did you have somebody seam them together, or are they're sort of laying right next to each other?
Turf staples.
Yep.
That's what I used, turf staples, and then put 6 cups in it.
Did you build yourself a bunker?
No, I didn't. That was going to be next, but no, I did not. The range I work at has a huge bunker, so I hit out of that.
Nice.
Yeah, Hollywood. He works at a range / golf shop where he does fittings. They're big with Callaway. So
full custom builds.
Yep.
Nice.
He's all golf, and he won. He's way past this point, but he won a D-Flight championship 2-3 years ago now. Was it
3?
At Nationals, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I see his picture on the main page.
Yeah, big old trophy.
Yeah, buddy. Listen, I don't care if I was F-Flight, okay, man. If I could win it to be on that wall, I'd be excited. So that's dope, man. That's it. And you're gonna be kicking ass in C-Flight this year and probably move your way up to B-Flight. You're thinking, right? You're hoping the way
that's the plan. That's definitely 100% the plan.
That's great, dude. That's great, man. That's awesome. So some big news for the Upstate Golf Guys podcast, guys. Big news. This is really funny. This is crazy. And I think he's going to be true to it. So basically, Paul calls me up last night. I was over at my parents for a minute, phone ringing off the hook. So when he calls me, he likes to talk. So I said, I'll call him back. So he calls me the third time. And I answer the phone. He's like, "Yo, you're not going to believe who I got." He's like going ape shit. Like, and when he does that, it is usually something good. Okay. So and I did tell him, like, I was like, hey, listen, I've sold like 35 putters for you. I'm like, you think you could start throwing me some of these bigger names that you get, or some of these guests, that are send me some guests that you're friends with. I mean, he's made golf clubs, or he sent golf clubs to some NFL football players, some rock stars, movie stars. He's like, he knows some people.
Nice.
But this one was pretty cool, man. And I was always a fan of the show, the Jerry Springer show, to be exact. Do you guys remember the security guard, Steve Wilkos?
Mike? Oh, without doubt.
And he has his own show right now. The Steve Wilkos. Yeah. The dude's like, he's mean. I don't know if that's all for the act. I don't know the story with him, if he's just doing it for the show. But he's a Marine. He's a retired Marine, a cop. Seems like he's been through some shit. But anyways, he is a collab. He is affiliated with Bomb Tech Golf, and Paulie obviously reaches out to every golf company out there. So he did a collab with Bomb Tech Golf, and he saw that Steve Wilkos was affiliated with them. So I'm pretty sure Paulie just reaches out to every person he can, just tries to see if he can get some fame, some Lombardi fame, and he reached back. He called him. He said he talked to him for about 45 minutes on the phone. He said one of the coolest guys he ever talked to. And at the end, he said, hey, he goes, we have a really, really cool teamie that has a podcast, the Upstate Golf Guys podcast. I think you get along with them. Would you go on their podcast? And he's like, absolutely. So then he was in a group text with us, And he says tomorrow night. He says Thursday night. He said he could do any night, any day, but Tuesday and Wednesday. And when I get somebody like that, I'm like, I want to do it ASAP because I don't want to lose
before he changes his mind.
Yeah. So I was like, Thursday. I'm like, listen, I got the studio in my house now. I'm like, I could do it anytime Thursday. How about Thursday or Friday? He's like, probably Thursday. So then I said, we just do a simple. We use StreamYard. It's a simple, just like Zoom. And he gave me the thumbs up. But then he was like, he was in the group text with Paul, made like one with like 35 of the Lombardi family of all, everybody that's affiliated with him. And he started cracking jokes. He threw out the "get off my fucking stage" in the message. It was great, dude. I was laughing. So I don't know if I should be announcing this yet. I mean, I am a notorious mush, guys, and I am notorious to mush myself, whether it's gambling or whether it's or in my gambling days. I've always would mush myself, but I hope I don't mush myself on this one speaking too early because I really want to get him on. I'm excited. I think he's gonna. I don't think, like I said, he talked to Paul for like 40 minutes. Seems like a real genuine guy. Freaking awesome, guys. I'm psyched about this one. I really am. He's cool as hell, man. He's a golfer. So we'll talk some golf. We'll talk a little bit about the Springer show in the days. How real was that shit? Because we got to know. Was the Jerry Springer show even real? Hollywood, do you think the Springer show was even real? Was that shit like
I think that the world has enough strange people in it that at least some part of the stories being told on there were true.
You remember, like, I'm in love with your, it would be his like wife, like, I'm in love with your mother type shit, and like, I got your mother pregnant, and like she would be like 67 years old, like some old like hag with no teeth. And the daughter would be like, and then she would fight the mom, and like, dude, that was some shit. I gotta pick Steve's brain. Like, I don't know if he was sworn to secrecy to like not be able to talk about this shit or what, but it's gonna be a fun little conversation. It really is.
I see him. I can't remember what spring break it was, but we went down to Daytona, right across from Florida, and there's the Jerry Springer show. And I remember it, man. They had to like run obstacle courses and stuff, and like girls doing wet t-shirt contests. I mean, everybody's like butt naked running around. Like they had this one where you're there, where I would imagine there were couples, but they had to run. They were timed, jump in a cab, switch each other's clothes, get out of the cab, and run past the finish line. I remember like it was yesterday. So it was crazy.
That's insane, man. That is insane. Mike just sent me some pictures of his the putting green. That is sick. That's some good work, man. That's really dope. And of course, he doesn't need an indoor putting green because he's in Florida and he could stay outside all damn year. So here's again a good go fuck yourself kindly. Yeah, I tell him that all the time.
Yeah, I got a lot of those for you, especially when I'm golfing.
Yeah. But listen, before, I know Hollywood has to get out of here, but before he does, it was important that I had him in for this discussion with the current events and the most recent crazy shit going on in California. I'll just play this video. Everybody knows what's happening with the fires, but there's just way more to it, guys. It's not just a forest fire that happened accidentally. If you believe that, I don't know. Just so happens. Just watch this.
Fires in Southern California are starting to look like an apocalypse nightmare. I mean, this footage is a disaster, and the way they are treating this is also becoming a disaster. First of all, the firefighters are reporting dry fire hydrants. No water in the fire hydrants. So the reservoirs are depleted, and Trump went off on the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, on how he refused to sign the water restoration declaration put before him that would have allowed millions of gallons of water to flow into California from the Sacramento area. But now that's been limited to protect what he called an essentially worthless fish called smelt. And if no water wasn't enough, the fire department said they are dangerously understaffed and they can't handle a crisis of this magnitude. If you didn't know, Mayor Karen Bass slashed $17.6 million from the fire department's budget earlier this year. People are also reporting being left out of insurance because they're in high-risk areas. Some people are saying they allegedly weren't being notified about this until the fire reached their doorstep, and this whole situation is just a nightmare, and we need more accountability here. In Southern California.
Sorry about that. All right, there's another video, but let's discuss this first. No water in the fucking fire hydrants, bro.
Sound familiar?
Yes, it does.
Happened in one other place too.
Maui? Was it Maui?
Lanai Island. Lanai Island, I think is what it's called. Lahaina Island.
Ugh. Hollywood.
Yes, sir.
What do you think, man?
Well, I know that a lot of people have watched the Sean Ryan episodes that had experts on that, you know, were sworn to secrecy or used to work or were affiliated with the company or contracted by our government. And there's been a lot of talk about new weapons technology that the government, you know, obviously doesn't print in the newspaper for everyone to read, but it's been discussed at some length on other podcasts and with, you know, actual expert testimony that we have the capability of using directed energy weapons and or lasers that they've developed, you know, throughout the course of history. So if you want to buy into that, or if that is your belief, I think that that's more plausible to have that and have it coincide with no water being in the fire hydrants and all the other stuff. You know, it looks more like instead of an act of God, an act of something else.
Yes. Well, and then cutting insurance out here. I'm gonna play this other one. We might as well play both of them because this one they talk about the insurance, which is crazy to me. And it's I actually fact checked it. I went and looked it up. It's all true.
Hey, did you hear the news? California's getting Maui'd. And someone's gonna have to call up Waluigi, cause yeah. I mean, y'all tell me, is this sus or no? Is it sus that State Farm just months ago canceled all of their fire insurance for homes in the Palisades, exactly where these fires are taking place? The move was justified by the company as an attempt to avoid financial failure. Well, that's cute. What the were all of us paying premiums to you for then, I wonder? Like, how is it legal for these? Anyways, let's just move on. On top of that, you have LA Mayor Karen Bass cutting fire department funding by $23 million this year, just recently. You have firefighters reporting that they're running out of water in the fire hydrants, okay? You've got cars trapping people trapped in homes, firefighters not responding to certain areas. I mean, what the fuck is going on? The sad thing is, I think we all know what's going on. Hey, did you hear the news?
It really makes me mad. It makes me mad.
Well, the thing that doesn't make any sense to me, as it relates to all of that stuff, is when it happened in Hawaii, there were affluent people who were affected, you know, but then there were all the poor people were the larger number of people that were affected. And I didn't do the research on what's happening in California, but if they're in poorer areas, it would be it wouldn't make much sense. And then to have the 2,500 acres of land burning and not have enough whatever they call the guys that wear the yellow jackets that work in the woods to put out wildfires,
Jumpers, I think.
Yeah, that it's just crazy to me.
Another thing is hasn't California been like warned for years, or basically been told that their government needs to spend money on cleaning the dead brush up because like basically it just piles up over the years, and when that shit ignites, it's just unstoppable, but if they went in there and cleaned a lot of this brush out, it could be avoidable from what I understand. I don't know if that's true.
Well, that's what the jumpers do. So they get in front of the wildfires and then they fall trees and make trenches. So that way there's no more.
Yeah, they cut lines to control where the fire goes.
The material, it runs out of material to burn. Because a fire needs three things for it to succeed. And it's material to burn, oxygen, and space to go. Otherwise, it just goes out.
Right. That's crazy, man. Hollywood.
How are you running out of water when you're next to an ocean?
Wow. Good question.
Well, and they have those planes that suck the ocean water up and go dump it on the fire.
Helicopters with water buckets, like those big giant water buckets.
Yeah.
So while we were talking and stuff about golf in Florida and whatnot, I was looking up some stuff. So recently, there's been allegations. Remember, the same area was just flooded not too long ago. So Santa Ana Watershed Project Authority has a cloud seeding pilot project that started in 2023. They have 15 ground-based weather-altering machines located around Santa Ana River and north. So Santa Clara is kind of like where all the fires are, between Santa Clara and Santa Ana.
Yep.
Right. To potentially increase precipitation in the area and control wind with the using release of silver iodine particles in the atmosphere.
Do you think a lot of this can those HART machines create wind? Like
100%.
Do you think this wind could be boosted? Is that
100%.
what's happening? This
100% they can make artificial wind.
Yeah, I sent you the picture, right, this morning.
Yeah.
That's a perfect example of a HART machine working with the ripples in the clouds.
That's wild. Here, Mike, do me a favor. Hold on 1 second.
Huh?
There it is. There it is, Mike. There it is.
Yeah.
The picture you were just talking about. I brought it up for us. Tell me, why don't you tell my listeners, explain to me what creates that and why it's not natural. I mean, I could tell you right now, I never remember seeing clouds like that when I was a kid. And this is the picture you sent me.
Yeah, this morning.
I know you did, down in Florida. So explain to me what's going on here.
All right. So a HART machine is a high frequency machine that sends signals or radio waves, I guess, kind of, and it pushes it and it controls and manipulates the weather. It can push clouds which way or another that way. So what you see is that's a HART machine in full effect. Now, where I was sitting, it was blowing west to east, so it was the HART machine off of Mexico. But what it does is it causes ripples in the clouds, or sometimes you'll see, like, I don't know, for example, like, you know, like you get a brand new mattress and it's got all those like mini bumps and it's like little mini circle ripples or kind of whatever. That's exactly what it, you know, you'll see some of those too. But that right there, that thing is, man, they sprayed us all day today.
So maybe this could be what's happening with all this crazy weather and the wind. And I don't know. Hollywood
same way they controlled the hurricane to go hit North Carolina.
Probably. Yeah. But Hollywood, I know you got to get out of here. So I want you to close out with what you think of this picture. And did you ever see clouds like this when you were a kid?
No, I actually don't think I've ever seen clouds like that until I just saw Mike's picture. But what I had said to my dad not that long ago is I was sitting in the backyard with my dog, and the amount of plane traffic above my house, I don't live anywhere near an airport. There's no real reason that there would be these there's like 71 planes in the span of an hour that flew over my house, and all of them were leaving chemtrails behind. So those could be artificial clouds that are being moved around by the machine that Mike was talking about, or it could just be natural clouds that are being affected by a machine. But the moral of the story is that's why I'm happy that the election went the way that it did, and hopefully they won't continue to manipulate the human population of our country or the world with artificial means. If we need to control the population, they should think of a better way of doing it. I've had some ideas on that, but that's too political for the podcast. It's crazy to think that Bill Gates is one of the largest landowners in our country, and he bought cow farms and then stopped making real cow meat. We're letting China buy up our land left and right by the hundreds of thousands of acres. And
buy military bases too.
Yeah. And so strategic nuclear locations, there's always usually hundreds of thousands of acres around them, and now you're seeing them get bought up. So it's pretty scary to think that the administration that was in there and other powers that be are either naive or are planning to facilitate something that the general public wouldn't appreciate.
Absolutely. Well said. And with that said, we're going to take a short intermission, and we're going to let Tom go spike some balls.
All right, you guys
play well, bro.
Tom, I need you one more thing, buddy. I need you to work on that Lombardi commercial for me. You're my guy for that Lombardi commercial. I need you to go on, study his some of his new stuff, and put a little humor to it. So maybe a couple jokes.
Okay. Dude, what if you took that commercial that you showed us and you make that a Lombardi commercial?
That's what I was just thinking.
Like Lombardi, so good, you just gotta take them.
That's actually not a. Should we show the video that we're thinking of Tom doing, or should we save it? Should we save it?
Save it. Let's see it for the first time and what kind of idea you got, and then see what he comes up with.
We'll work on it. We'll work with it. All right. Okay. Maybe that's a good idea. I don't know if Paulie would like it. No, but like, I don't know if it's something he'd be down because like, what does it represent? I don't know. I think it would be funny.
It represents that
just put for entertainment purposes only.
Right, but it's also like these Lombardi putters are so hot, you got to have them. So
yeah. 2-for-1 special, baby.
That's right.
All right. We're going to take a short intermission, and then Florida Mike and I will be back to close this thing out, boys.
All right, gentlemen. Have a great night.
Hey, Mikey, you know anybody does any roofing?
Actually, I do, Raj.
Who you got for me, man?
Dude named Tom Murphy did my boss's roof. Actually does hands-on work.
Gets right up there on the roof, huh? The owner of the company?
Yeah, he does. Knows his shit, too.
That's awesome, man. Is this Thomas Paul Construction?
Yep, that's him.
Man, I heard nothing but good things about them. I'm actually on their Facebook page right now looking up some things. The pictures, the aerial view, they're really cool. He gets up there with the drone. You can see the before and afters of some of the work they've done. Go check them out on Facebook. They're a new sponsor here, the Upstate Golf Guys, so make sure you guys go support Thomas Paul Construction, Roofing and Siding. Thomas Paul Construction LLC is a full-service construction company who specializes in roofing and siding, covering the greater capital region. You can reach them at 518-308-6794. Once again, 518-308-6794. And make sure to go check out their Facebook page, see some pictures of what they've done in the past, and let them know the Upstate Golf Guys sent you.
Raj, don't forget to tell them about their new website, 518roofingandsiding.com.
Hey there, golfers. Before we dive back into the podcast, I want to take a quick moment to talk about someone who's got your back both on and off the course. Jared Lozier with the Northeastern Insurance Agency. Whether you're running a golf business, managing a pro shop, or just looking to protect what matters most in your personal life, Jared and his team at Northeastern Insurance have you covered. From business insurance to personal policies, they'll help you find the right coverage at the best value. Here's a pro tip for all you golfers out there. Make sure your golf clubs are protected too. Jared can help you add them to your home or personal articles policy so you're covered in case of loss, theft, or damage. Because let's face it, replacing your favorite driver isn't cheap. So next time you're looking to upgrade your coverage or need expert advice, give Jared Lozier a call at 518-956-3753 or shoot him an email at jaredl@nemail.com.
So, yo, how about that TGL last night, kid?
Dude,
that's sick. Listen,
future.
Is that the future? That's what I was just going to say. Is that the future?
I mean, if they can make it to where it's affordable, I don't see why not. I mean, obviously, it would probably maybe be like a little smaller capacity. Or you don't know, maybe Topgolf just changes their thing altogether. You know what I mean? Like, that's enough room to do something like that.
That is true. Topgolf should just change their shit. But I was talking to my buddy Ryan about it, and he said it would be tougher a place to do it like the Bunker does it, or like our indoor golf. So we have a lot of indoor golf places up here. I know you don't, but ours is like our big one is the Bunker.
Yeah.
It would be tough for something like that. The SoFi, is that who runs it? It's SoFi or whatever. It's
SoFi.
To go into an area. Now, I'm not going to say an area like this. They would never come to Troy, New York. But even in New York City, just to play for recreation, I don't know that they would do it because, number one, how many people could you play in that dome at the same time? Really, you would really only maybe get if they did it like a surrounding and you had four guys going one way and four guys going the other. Maybe you could fit 8 in one dome. They're making all their money. They're not making it. They're making all their money on TV rights for this.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? That's why they're able to do this.
It's cool that they have fans there too. Like it's a stadium.
It's really cool. It's really cool. Like, but that's what that's what I'm getting back into. If it will ever actually be the future and be something that we'll be able to go pay and play, I don't know. I really don't, because it might just cost way too much to build, way too much to run, and for them to only fit a dozen people in there at a time to play. Like, I don't, to where these simulators we got, like, but the Bunker, it has an upstairs, a downstairs, and a house where it's like, you know, you got 2, 4, 6, 8, probably like 15 different simulators times 4. You're fitting 60 people in there at a time for, 4-hour clips or whatever, or hour, however long you want to stay. I just don't know. Dude, those things got to cost so much money. And then you got to bring in the turf. Did you see the video of them replacing the turf? Like, they bring it in a big crane and they bring it down slowly. Like, do
you know how much that green weighs?
How much?
So I was watching, was it the Barstool Sports Golf guys? They got to play TGL. So if you see it on YouTube, watch it. It was 700,000 pounds. The green is.
Wow.
It rotates at 360 degrees. And, back to what you were saying is it may not be the future for regular golfers, but it may be the future for PGA. Maybe. They have the money. They could do like kind of like the NFL. You could put different stadiums in a few states. You know what I mean?
What I liked about and have like you travel like you
have your own courses, because Tiger and Rory and all them designed those courses, right? So
I was gonna say, and what's cool about this is think about how you could build course. Did you see the hole that was like a volcano and there was like lava everywhere? Like, it's sick, dude. It's awesome, bro.
It's like golden, bro.
Did you see the one that it was a par 5 and it went to a point and then it went back out like to a point like this, so like you could either lay up or you could carry that shit. Like, you could do so much.
And so much. And like courses now, especially with the pros, are having problems because of players' distance. Right. So like they just played the Century, was that in Hawaii or wherever?
Yeah,
and some
nuts, right? Did he win
Yeah.
that Matsuyama? He went crazy.
Yeah, 35 under. And they're hitting the ball sometimes because of the wind. You're in Hawaii. They're hitting it like 390, 425, and then they're chipping in on a par 5. And so if you put it on TGL, you could do like they were doing. Like there was a couple split fairways. Like there was one, I think it was a par 5, where you could take a shortcut, but your landing area was small, right? So you were taking a risk, or you're going into the lava or whatever it was, or you could take the fairway, be a safe bet, and you still have a decent shot into the green. Like you have those options, right? So
Yeah, you could even throw like a little mini golf, not mini golf, but like have it where you hit, if you hit like a shoot on a mountainside, like you really aim for that. That's like,
Yeah.
like a 280 carry, and it hits it. It rolls right down to the green. So now you drive the green and 1 on a par 4. You know what I mean? Like some crazy
Yeah.
shit. But if you miss that shoot, you're fucking out of bounds. You know what I mean? Like you could bring so much to it. Dude, I was watching it, and I don't think there was one person that was like, this is dumb. This is lame. Yeah. People are like, this is sick. Everybody in the golf world that I know that was watching it, I have a couple text chains that are my friends, golf friends. They're like, are you guys watching this shit? This is insane, dude. This is amazing. Like it's incredible. It really is.
Oh yeah. It's like the very first ever 4D video game.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like you literally put, the light comes down from the ceiling because you hit it in the bunker. You go in the bunker and it's actual sand. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It was cool to watch, man. Like I would love one day to be able to hit on that thing.
I mean, that's what I mean. It would be nice. It would be nice to at least try it. I'm not going to say like, something where I could go play and pay all the time, but I would love to at least try it. You know what I mean?
I just hope they make it hard because, we are talking about, what is it, the top 30 tour pros hitting off of mats.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they make it tough because I feel like them hitting off mats are like perfect lies every single time. It's pretty easy. I mean, obviously, who was it? Xander Schauffele's team struggled.
Smoked.
Yeah, but I love Xander Schauffele. You know what I mean? Like the way he talks and everything. Like he was just on Bob's Does Sports.
He didn't even care. He was just like, well, he goes, when they went into like halftime or whatever, and they're talking to Xander, he was like, how you guys feeling? He's like, well, we're feeling great about that one point.
I got, yeah. And then he's like, well, that's about it. We don't have much to talk about.
Yeah, he's cool. He's cool as hell, dude, because he's done the Bob Does Sports, all that. Like anybody that'll take the time, and anybody that gave Bob a play and gave him the pound at the really beginning and really believed in Bob, I love any of those golfers. I really truthfully do. Because look at us, dude. Look at us. Look what we're doing right now. And like, dude, how much respect is that those guys like actually have PGA and live players out there playing with them? Like, how fucking dope would that be if that would be us someday? Like, I mean, come on, goals.
Yeah.
Talk about goals.
And think about this too, right? And like this is a crazy way to think about it, but YouTube golf has gotten so big, and golf podcasts, but YouTube golf in itself has gotten so big that tour pros are literally taking on streaming and YouTube and stuff to do content, which is a phenomenal idea. But other than like the really, really, really good ones or the ones who have already been on, not many YouTubers are trying to get on the tour. You know what I'm saying? But tons of tour pros are trying to get on YouTube.
I mean, they have more fun. Go look at even so Bryce, and then Bryson's a live guy, but I think he has more fun on his YouTube channel.
Dude, he has like 2 million followers or 1.5 million, something like that.
And he just goes out there with celebrities. He goes out there with fucking Donald Trump, and he's like, let's try to break 50. And they make hilarious videos. He laughs. Actually, funny story. Did you know that? I don't know if it was true. I think he posted it. I feel like somewhere. I'm gonna look it up. But I think he asked Biden to play with him. I feel like after he did it with Trump, because he's like, he really wasn't trying to be like a political. He's just like, I think he was after the debate of those two. Like he knows that Biden was full of shit. So he probably at the end, we know he likes Trump, but I know I think he asked Biden to go out and play with him. I think that would.
I wouldn't doubt it. Hey, did you ever see the video where it's like it was during the election time when the two were debating about their handicaps? Remember, right? So then they posted a video, and one of the parts for Trump was when he was with Bryson. He stripes it, and then they show Biden, and he's by the rocks, and he hits the rocks, and the ball goes behind him. You see that?
I did. Yo, go back. You were talking about the Barstool Sports, their podcast, Foreplay Pod.
Yeah.
So, did you see their new guy that they had? That they're calling him. He's the replacement for Daniel Rappaport, D-Rap. But this guy is pretty impressive. His name is Barstool. Well, I don't know his real name, but Cody Frank PGA. But his handle is Barstool Beef. Go look up Barstool Beef real quick. You on your phone?
Yeah.
Go to Instagram and find Barstool Beef. Dude, look at this guy and look at him hit the ball, bro. Like it's proof that size does not matter.
He's on the third one on the search list.
Is he?
Just putting in Barstool, it comes up right away.
Dude, he's their new guy. Go look at it. I thought it was a joke at first. I'm like, who are they picking up this clown? He's like a club. He's a PGA professional. Well, I got for his teacher, obviously. He was a teacher at a club, and dude, like he looks like he gets around good. What would you say the size of him? I mean, we're pushing.
He's got to be pushing 390.
Big fucking dude. But watch him strike. Go watch one of his videos where he swings the ball. He hits it clean.
Dude, he's like it's like their own FP, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody's saying, oh, they went out and got Fat Perez, their own Fat Perez. That's exactly what people are saying. But dude, he's bigger than Feet. So Fat Perez is like very impressive the way he hits the ball. This guy's bigger. This guy's
100%.
Everything about this guy is bigger.
I'm trying to see him swing.
Yeah, he does a lot of tutorials where he just talks. He's actually a good follow, bro. He really is. But certainly impressed by this guy.
I mean, listen, that's life-changing for that man for sure.
Oh, yeah, they went out and picked him up. They reached out to him. But yeah, man, congrats to that guy for being with Barstool now. Yeah, it really is. But it was just you mentioned their podcast, so it just dawned on me.
I follow him. I watch him. I don't watch their videos all the time. I'll watch them when like certain people come on. I love the show, but Riggs on there, you know Riggs, obviously, right? So he was doing a series where he was picking guests or people that were talking shit on IG and stuff like that. So I was doing that. So I was like trying to talk shit to him, hoping one day he would pick me to play him. He hasn't hit me up yet, but dude, I would love to for those guys.
No doubt. That's how you got to do it. Do you ever see the video? I mean, I paid for it, the cameo where Bob did. I actually did two of them. I gave my buddy Mikey a birthday wish from him. It was really funny. Then I had him.
You paid the 150 or whatever, right? It's like 150 or something like that.
Yeah, no, it was 80. It was only $80. It was $90. Okay. That's all Bob does is $90. It's not that bad. Then the other one though, our benefit tournament paid for it because I told Tracy I thought it would be a good idea. It would get us, and we did end up filling up. But anything, I mean, it definitely helped. I'm not saying that's what filled us up, but it cost like $90, and I had him do the invite for our tournament. So I'll send you those videos. They're pretty funny. They're on my Instagram page too.
Dude, he's great.
He's great. He's really funny. He's like, again, and Bob is like one of those guys that really inspired me to do all of this between the golf content and the podcast. Listen, we may never get there, but it's a dream, and
he's a natural.
It's fun trying. Oh yeah, he is such a natural with his big. When it all started, the best part is if you go back to watch a couple of his originals with where he's bickering at the tournaments, like Bubba Watson hates him. Like there's a couple of guys that couldn't stand him, and they probably still don't like him. But then there's like some people that just really bought into it and loved what he was doing, which is
like John Rahm, dude, eating tacos with the boys, dude.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, Xander was one of the original ones too, and one of the original video ones. the knuckle, or gave me the what he had him give him the rock, and he literally went
Yeah.
out. Xander went out of his way, like he could have just stayed walking in his straight line. He went up the hill and gave him a rock, and like you could see, that was when like Bob started getting really excited because he's like, man, he's like, these guys are actually interacting with me. This is wild, dude. This is
And I love it when Bob and them are together. Like their last video that just came out like a week ago, and they're like sitting there bantering with each other. And Bob goes, "So Xander," he goes, "if you were to die and you could come back, who would you come back as?" And Xander goes, Bob goes, "John Rahm, maybe? Scotty Scheffler?"
oh,
Shoffley just died laughing.
that was a deep dig, man. That was a deep dig.
And it was hilarious. They were doing it to each other the whole time. It was great.
They could take the heat. They could take the heat, man. They both.
And I tell you, yeah, I agree.
Well, let's go into before we close it out. Tell me what you have going on this weekend, bro.
First event of the year, Juliet Falls.
Let's go. How many are signed up right now?
I think it's like 13 C fly. I think we got like around 50 or so.
Hey,
last checked.
Everyone's anxious, man, to get out there.
Oh, dude, I can't wait. Today was like a warm up for Saturday because of the temperature wise and stuff.
Oh, that's where you played today. Did you play at the same course too?
No, not the same course. But this course I've played a million times. It's
got you.
It's in shape like a private course, but it's public.
Okay, so you played it a bunch.
Yeah, it's mint. You know, like there's not a single bad spot. So the guy who owns Juliet Falls, interesting little piece of information, was the guy who set up random number generators for slot machines.
Oh shit.
He invented random number generators for slot machines.
So he knows how to win slot machines.
I guess he's a billionaire. He owns an entire neighborhood of houses and a golf course, bro.
No shit. So what kind of course is it, Mike? Are you going to be attacking the pins? Are you going to be playing it safe? Is there a lot of trouble? Is there a lot of OB?
Well, so this particular course, you have to, especially this time of year, greens are running like 14s. Bunkers are gorgeous. I mean, its ball placement is key. I wouldn't say that I'd be tacking pins, but I kind of will, because what I'm going to do, what I do there, and I have the most wins at this course, is I attack the fringe. I hit everything to the fringe, and I let it roll to the flag. As long as I'm underneath the flag every hole, if I'm underneath the flag every hole, I'm in great shape.
Is it because coming back is all downhill?
Yeah, and it's just so quick. Like you literally, I mean, you're taking your putter back 2 inches for a 20-footer, and it's probably breaking 3 feet. You know, it's I love it. It's amazing. It's a really, really nice course. I mean, I've sent you a couple pictures of it, but
do you have any gettable par fives?
All of them.
All right.
I can get to all of them. There's one that I might not be able to get to because it's hole number 6. Hole number 6, very, very long par 5. And sometimes you can't hit the green in 2 because it's protected by a big giant, like 8 foot deep, 7 foot deep bunker right in front of the green. So depending where you're at, what club you're able to use, you can get to the green. But for the most part, they're all gettable. As long as the wind is not in your face. If the wind's in your face, 2 of them are like 610 yards.
Yeah.
So
no doubt, my man. I'm excited for you. I will be keeping an eye on the scoreboard. I love watching scoreboards. I'm a scoreboard watcher, and I'll make sure I'm not texting you or I'm not bothering you. But I won't jinx you if you're winning. I'm not going to send you a message saying let's go. I'm just going to stay quiet until the end of the round. But I wish you the best of luck. You know, us guys here in the Upstate GOLFWEEK Am Tour are pulling for you. You're part of the family now, so we hope you take that shit, win some money, and it's all about getting prepared for nationals, bro. It's all about getting prepared for nationals. But
if I can play Saturday the way I played today, and I played on like a much worse course today. I hit the ball very well. Like I'd say this past week, I've been working really hard on my irons because they've kind of gotten away from me because I was so focused on my swing change for my driver and my woods. But today, I mean, I was hitting, didn't matter if it was half shots, full shots. I was hitting exactly where I wanted the ball to go. The drivers, I'm back to like a 285 carry average. So chipping, I love chipping. So that's my favorites. And nice courses, dude. I tear them up, dude. So I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
Get it. So you're going to wear that. You're going to wear one of the Upstate hats as well to bring you a little bit of luck, right, my man? Let's go.
I'm actually going to wear. So I tested out the new sports thermals I had today.
Okay.
And they were phenomenal to where I am going to wear the black Upstate Golf Guys black shirt, polo golf shirt.
Yep.
The white thermals underneath with the white pants.
Okay.
And then I'm probably going to rock this hat right here.
Let's go. And I have those, that order for your boss. Is it your boss or is it your?
Yeah.
Okay. So I dropped through the way I do everything. I do it small scale. He gets the hoodies for me from his company. He'll do the hoodies, but where I get the Q-zips from, I literally order them. They're here in 2 days. And then I like doing it this way because it's small business. I like keeping it local. He does great work. So I bring the stuff that I need. Like if I need like that size that I need is specific, instead of having a bunch, what I'll do is I'll just like order that. It's here in 2 days. Then I just bring it over to his house, which is right on my way home from work. So he said he's whipping them up and he'll have the 2 hoodies. They'll be done by probably Friday, he said. So I'm thinking maybe by Monday they'll be shipped out if that's cool with you, buddy. Everything.
I'm cool with that.
All right. I tell everybody. And then when they order online, I say it's, plan on, shipping out in a week. So everybody knows the deal. I don't send them. I'm not an Amazon or an Amazon Prime. They don't get out overnight. So we're very, very small scale, but they're being done as we speak, my guy. So, but we appreciate that support. Tell your boss that we really thank him for, number one, putting our cards and putting that sign out, and number 2, buying some merch for showing the Upstate guys some love, man.
Yeah, definitely let her know for sure. And then so our guest for Monday night, my tour director.
Yep.
Did you hear about the icebreaker? So
I know that guy Jasper that wins brings a lot one, that guy. So that happened with him or
no, what happened? So Brandon, my tour director, his birthday was on the final day.
Okay.
Right? He's sitting in like 11th. Hole in ones on 17.
Did he? And he's coming on the podcast.
He's coming on the podcast. He won I'll let him say it, but he won quite a bit of skin money. I think he placed like 10th or 11th. But yeah, dude, hole in one on his birthday.
Let's go. That's awesome, man. Yeah, actually, I was going to close out with that, letting everybody know that the tour director of Central Florida, you're called Central Florida?
North Central Florida.
Central Florida. Of the North Central Florida will be joining us on Monday, which will drop right after, as long as my kid doesn't get sick everywhere, but we should be good.
Right.
No, she should be good, man. And I told her, stop. You got to eat real food, man. You got to eat real food. That'll do that to you. That's what she did, man. And Adam was like, I'm like, yeah, dude, we can't do this right now. So,
like how many kids I've seen that like devour Takis and then they're just so sick afterwards.
Yep. No, they think they have an iron stomach, man. And that's what she did. I saw the bag. She literally ate that whole bag. I'm like, yeah, that'll do. And without eating any real dinner. You know what I mean?
Kids will be kids, brother.
I'm not hungry for dinner. Yeah. They eat shit. That's, that's what they do. But we got through it, and I'm glad we ended up getting that episode done because Cephas was cool as hell. He was really actually a really cool guy. I enjoyed that conversation. We ended up getting it done a little bit later. Everything calmed down in the household, man. I'll tell you what, now that now that the studio is in the house, sometimes I run into obstacles. You know, my kid might peek in here, ask me what the hell I'm doing. I got to shush her and go away.
That's all right.
No, it's cool, man. I love them.
Adds character to the studio.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And then I put out my little late night sessions where I bring her in here, when I bring Millie in here, and we do our own little recording. She loves it.
Heck yeah, she's a superstar, you know.
Absolutely, my guy. But all right, man.
Did you imagine have her at your tournament and she's interviewing Golf Week players as they're playing?
Maybe one of these days, man, she'll take after dad. But yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. Before we close out, I got to tell you the story. Adam says, because I can't go out and play again this weekend because Andrea has Girl Scouts thing with my Saturday. So I'm home with Millie, the 3-year-old. And Adam's like, just bring her to indoor golf. I'm like, just bring her. I'm like, you literally witnessed what she did when I was not watching her for 35 seconds when she started a fucking flood in my bathroom. I'm like, are you going to watch her when I'm up there when I'm swinging the club or when when it's my turn and she's running around like a maniac? Nah, I ain't bringing her. I'm like, but it's okay. I can stay home. I don't got to go to this one, Adam. It's all good. He's got a dog. He doesn't have any kids. He don't know what it's like, man.
Right.
But listen, I got to go eat something. I'm starving, Marvin. The wife has it all heated up. So, had fun, man. This was a good little episode. I'm glad we got it in. And we'll chat. I'll be chatting with you well before then, but the listeners will be hearing you on Monday when we have your director on. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully.
That'd be cool, man.
It would be. Yeah, man. Oh yeah. Well, no, we are doing that. It should be tomorrow with Steve, but that won't be out. So I'm getting back on schedule. The reason why that threw me off is I said my listeners will hear you on Monday because this will be dropping tomorrow. I'm going to get back on schedule with my Thursday drop.
Okay.
This is dropping tomorrow. Then if we record Steve tomorrow, which I hope we do, that will be for next Thursday. So my listeners won't be hearing that until after they hear your tour director.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so with a studio thing, you got to kind of just remember timing and kind of. That's what I'm saying with a podcast thing. It's not like sometimes I'll even a bank an episode sometimes, dude. If it's something that's not like something that needs to drop right away, that's current events. That was a guest like back in the day. I would bank if I did 2 guests in 1 week type thing.
Yeah.
This was way back, but when I did New 9 Golf and George Dundon, I did them both in the same night. I did 2 podcasts in one night, and then I just dropped them, separate times type deal. Yeah. So I think a lot of people do that. I think a lot of people do.
Use like a work day, do like 8 hours of recording different guests and stuff, and then just drop. Then you have 2 weeks off. You just drop, or whatever.
Yep. I know people do that.
Yeah. If we don't have anybody the following Monday, I'm pretty sure my coach is back from the Bahamas from the Corn Ferry tournament.
Okay. Adam was going to, I think he was going to reach out to the Texas one next. Hey, listen, our goal is to get every director that wants to come on, man. We're a team here. We're one big team. So it'll be a lot of fun. And it's funny. It's funny hearing all the directors, different stories, and a lot of them are very similar. They deal with all the same BS. And
all the crying, whining.
I hear behind me giggling as Cephas is telling a story. I'm like, sounds too familiar, doesn't it, Adam?
Oh yeah,
it was good, man. It was good. But all right, bro, I'll text you in a little bit. Enjoy dinner.
Yes, sir.
My guy.
All right, brother. Have a good night.